What's up, guys? Welcome back to JodabeniTV. Today's another amazing day to get after it. I'm gonna be better today than we were yesterday. And for today's video, we're gonna be talking about how I got invited to an MLS Combine that's gonna be happening in January. So pretty much, as you know, during December and January, it's usually where a lot of teams have open trials. There's MLS Combine and then other specific teams that are looking for their own players or additions to teams. And you know, some are fundraisers, as we all know. There was an invitational only trial that happened to pop up, and I found it in December. Around this time, you know, finals was still going on, and I happened to find it. And the way you can enter for this invitational, they had two prerequisites. One, you had to submit your highlight video, and two, you needed to have a CV or a resume that pretty much talks about your background and where you've played. So for most trials, they allow anybody to show up, they pay the fee, they play, and hopefully there's a chance of you being signed. Now the difference between going to an open trial and one that's invitational only is they review all the submitted applications and they choose whoever they need for whatever position that they're looking for. But the good thing about this is that whenever they only invite quality players, or at least the best out of whichever that submitted application is, you get the chance to actually show yourself better because you have players who can give you those balls, or so you have those players who can give you accurate passes in tight spaces. So but whenever you're playing with players who aren't the best or who haven't played soccer in a while and are just coming out to try out, there may be a perfect pass that's intended for you, but they don't have the skill, or they're not fit enough, or they can't keep on par. So the problem comes is that whenever you have a whole team full of players who aren't really athletic, they're not really good at the game, you kind of blend in. Even if you're better than them, you don't stick out as much because you may do something amazing and give the ball away, and then they steal it from your teammate, and nobody gets to see the build-up play that you had thought of that would happen because they're not at the same level. But with invitationals, they only invite the best that they seem or that they're looking for, or in that range. So it gives you a better chance to expose yourself, your talents, because there's things you can do. You won't be held back by players who aren't at that level yet. So the team that I'm actually going to be to the Combine for is going to be for Minnesota United. And they had posted this, I believe, around December 7th. It was very low key. It was for their new MLS Next Pro team. So I know the MLS team is there, and then the new league that just came out. Luckily for me, since I was doing research on it prior to making my previous video, if you didn't see it, go check it out, the MLS Next Pro video. As I was making that video, I stumbled upon the trial. That they're gonna be having a invitational combine that was going to be happening this month in January. So I was like, okay, bad. Though the first way I saw it was US Soccer Talent. I went there and then it was listed there as well. That's where I actually got the link, but I knew they were gonna be having a preseason trial. I just didn't know the link. And then thanks to them, I was able to find it. And then I did have some other players who did DM me, thank you all. I do have some people who follow the channel who consistently give me notifications when there's trials, and I really do appreciate all of you guys. If you're not playing on a Division I team, or if you're out of the country and you don't really know how to get started with these trials, honestly, all I could say is, you know, when you're on your own, train as much as you can, work on your weaknesses. If you can get on the team, get on the team, and look for these windows around December, January, February time when teams need extra players, or whenever they're looking players. This is where you should spend the whole year saving up money, and then in the winter season go on trial with different teams and just multiply your chances. And I did have a budget for this winter, and obviously whenever you have a budget, you want to minimize your spending costs to the best possible options that you have. And out of the other options that I have around the same time period, these were invitationals only, which means they did look at our resumes and they were like, okay, cool, we want to invite this person in. And I was one of the selected ones. So I'll be headed to Minnesota for the 3-day combine trial that they're going to be hosting for their second team. So the second team is a professional league. It just got announced. So if you're new to the channel, just be sure to hit the subscribe button. I promise you I won't buy. The like button is free as well. And support the channel. And so whenever I post the separate days, you can be updated. So turn on the bell notification so whenever I upload it, you can go watch the different days of the Combine as of 2021 or fall. And they're gonna be kicking off this year for the first time ever. And you know, who knows? Maybe this could be my team, maybe not, but whatever is God's will, it's gonna happen. And another thing I always like to say is, like, if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. So as long as you're putting all the work in, you're staying consistent, you just keep pushing, because one coach's opinion of you doesn't have to be a reality. And just because you go on an invitational trial, it doesn't necessarily mean they're looking for your position. But maybe they're looking for other positions, but they need quality players in those specific positions for them to be able to look at those other positions. So even if you go to an invitational combine trial with a specific team and they don't pick you, don't feel sad, don't feel discouraged, because maybe they weren't looking for your position. Maybe they already have somebody they have planned signing, or they're academy players that they're already gonna sign, and you were just there to help them identify who else they should sign. And it's okay, because they've seen you now, and let's say a player gets injured and they do remember, oh yeah, there was this kid, he was really good at the Combine, Jodabeni. Yeah, let's email him and see if he's willing to come down to help fill this spot. So that's what I'm going for. It's the best option that I've had so far. I thank God for giving me this opportunity. It's an opportunity for me to go learn and see how an MLS Combine is held compared to the USL Championship trial that I've been to. And I'll show you guys the whole journey, the 3-day Combine, so you guys can get a better perspective on how things work. If I can get film, I'm gonna ask if I can get some film so you guys can see just some little bit of what's going on. And yeah, so let's get into day one. So that's just an update. The video's already, you know, we're almost like 8 minutes long. I don't want to squeeze this video very long, but my next upload is going to be the first 2 days of the trial. It's probably going to be me going there and the first day. So stay tuned and I'll update you guys very soon. All right, JodabeniTV is out.
Oh babe, you might just make me go crazy. Thinking about you like all day. I'ma need you like always.